Again, which is the main drag here in downtown Raleigh. There are people running. It is clear that the police are coming, but we are now seeing everyone. Be careful, Mark. People are running. This is what we've seen all night. So likely police got wind that this was happening.
Well, they had a number of flashbangs earlier. You could see up above, there's kind of a lot of people are running. They just did another flashbang or two that's right past it. There's about 3 that they just let off. The police have gone up that way to keep pushing some of those protesters. You can see there's a lot of police officers that are moving up that sidewalk, excuse me, to try to push people up the street. They are continuing on Trade Street here to push them away from the Spectrum Center, away from CMPD headquarters, and there's still that line of bicycles. So as the police go, as they push up more and more, they are continuing to keep this line to try to keep people away from the other police officers at this time as they keep pushing protesters on the street. Excuse me. This is an area that about 2 or 3 minutes ago they did let off some tear gas or pepper gas, one or the other. So there is still a little bit of that in the air at this time. But as you can see, the police have this line here as they continue. The other tactical geared people continue to move them up the street, away from the Spectrum Center and the CATS Transportation Center as well.
Right in the middle of this intersection, there is a train track. Trains keep coming through. That's helping the police separate these groups. So there's 4 distinct groups of protesters. I'm standing behind the police line right now. Police are lined up with their bikes and shields and yellow vests. About 3 to 4 inches in front of those police face, there is a line of protesters protesting very peacefully. They're saying no justice, no peace. They have their arms linked. They're saying, we're not violent. This isn't us, but we don't want to be next. We don't want our sisters to be next. Now, on the other side of the coin, there are some protesters damaging some things down here. At least 3 storefronts windows have been broken. Nobody is looting. Nobody is doing any stealing. It appears to be very peaceful at first glance, but then you see the shattered glass on the floor. Then you see the store owner sweeping up that glass as protesters march by. And as I'm standing here behind this police line, I'm hearing glass break, and it's getting further and further away. That leads me to believe that cars are getting smashed. I do not have confirmation on that because I can't pass where I am right now, but I did see people standing on top of cars, jumping on top of cars, and I did see one person break glass on a car, and that is the same sound I'm hearing over and over. It's just getting farther away. That leads me to believe that people are breaking cars, but I will confirm that my car's down there as well.
Charlotte, looks like the person that rescuers are trying to get to, who fell into a grate, that person has been rescued, and it looks like that person is being taken to the hospital to get care. All right, let's go back now to Raleigh. Our Tim Boyum joining us from near a business or inside a business. Tim, where are you?
Yeah, Rob, we're inside the Stop and Shop. We're on Wilmington Street here in downtown Raleigh. This store has been ransacked. I mean, take a look here. You can see the ATM machines been tossed aside. That right there is a safe that someone tried to pull, and they got it probably about 10, 12 feet from where it was. And you can see this was just ransacked. And right now with us is the owner, Mohammed. I can see it in your eyes, man. How are you doing?
Oh man, I'm doing good. Thanks God I'm safe. But it's crazy out here, man. I mean, it was really hard for us to build the store. We just opened. I've been working for 7 years, saving my money, and that's what happened to me. I tried to open it for the community, you know, helping people, be fair prices, make friends, and they really just take advantage of a peaceful protesting, and they just turn it to some gang members and stuff, and they just start stealing, breaking into other stores. Almost 25, 30 stores in downtown Raleigh facing same problems. But I'm a convenience store. I have a lot of stuff they can grab, which is they did, and I really feel sad, man. I really feel sad.
So tell me how tonight played out for you. You closed at 9 o'clock and went home, right?
Yeah, at 9 o'clock, it started getting really hard. People start getting crazy, so I decided to close and go home. And when I went home, I was watching the news. I saw my next store being attacked, and then I just opened my camera and I realized there was 3 or 4 people stay
I'm
outside.
not gonna lie, this is messed up.
Stay outside,
That
bro.
the people, hold on, I got
You
this.
gotta stay outside, man.
It's messed up that the people is terrorizing where we gotta spend money at, and it's wrong. If we gonna do something, we need to do it correctly. This is not the way, people. It's not the way. We're not gonna get nothing out of this. We not. It's people gonna get hurt.
They're blamed.
You know what I'm saying? Stores is getting messed up that you need to come in to buy your tissue, to buy your groceries, to buy all that. Like, you destroying where you gotta spend your money at to take care of your family. Y'all need to stop. It's corny. Please stop.
So again, you were at home.
Yeah, I went home and I was watching the news, and I saw my next door, my next neighbor, he got attacked. I opened my camera and I saw almost the security system cameras, and it almost were 4 or 5 people in the store, and then they unlocked the door from inside, and there were almost 15 of them in the store, and they were just taking anything they can grab. They tried to steal the safe, they pulled it out. They stole the whole cash register, 2 cash registers, lottery tickets, a lot of cigarettes, a lot of merchandise, broke glasses.
So what was the scene when you got here then?
I was like amazed. I was like, why? I mean, I was nice to everybody all the time, you know. Try to look out for homeless people, whoever hungry. I don't take money from him. I mean, why they do this to a store? As that guy was saying, it's a convenience store for your grandma, your mom to come grab her tissues, her candies, and they just destroy it. And it's really sad, you know?
So what's next?
God knows, man. God knows. With this corona situation and this, God knows. I was proud of myself that I survived 2 months in downtown Raleigh through the corona, because there was no customers, nobody. And after this, they just really kind of destroyed me, man. But God is there, and nothing you can say, you know.
I'm sorry this has happened to you.
It's okay. As long as my family's safe, I'm safe, we'll go through it. And a lot of people got hurt more, maybe. So we pray for everybody got hurt. Brave people, they just do about their brain, not their emotional, because when they angry, they just do stuff crazy, you know.
So what are you going to do tonight? I mean, are you going to stay here? Or?
I guess I'm gonna stay here because it's really hard to find the plywood to close. So it looks like I'm gonna have a long night. Try to clean up a little bit. Hopefully the police will come here, because it's been happening for almost 2 hours and haven't seen police here. I called them twice. My security system called them, and there's nobody yet. And I'm still trying to defend it as much I can, with keep people staying out. And you don't know, maybe one angry guy, crazy guy come and try to attack, which is, I'm just gonna let him go and do his things, you know.
Are you scared at all?
I'm not scared, but I feel like it's safer, because there is thousands of people out there. If I'm gonna argue with one, they're gonna think I'm against them all, and they're all gonna turn on me, and then I'll be scared, you know. I have family to take care of, more important than arguing with crazy people.
Man, our thoughts are with you. Thank you for sharing your story with us. I appreciate it.
I wish I had some drink for you guys, but
You don't need to worry about us. You worry about yourself and your family. Thank you so much. And so, Rob, this is just one example of what we are seeing in downtown Raleigh tonight, the destruction of not only personal property, but as you just heard now, dreams as well.
And I almost taken aback, Tim. He was, in the situation that he's in right now, even after, obviously, I think you mentioned his business suffered during the coronavirus pandemic, is suffering now. He still had the heart to, offer you a drink, because he probably knows you've had a long day as well. And I think it's worth repeating that what we see inside your scene there, that's not an indictment on the entire protest happening across the country. It could be just that one person, as that gentleman who walked into your live shot eloquently stated, this isn't the way. And it distracts from the message of Black Lives Matter, that all lives matter, but that can't happen until Black Lives Matter. All that we're seeing right now in front of you, that just detracts from that message, sucks the oxygen out of that. Hi, Chief Putney, can you hear me? This is Rob from Spectrum News.
Yes, I can, sir.
So, Chief Putney, just give me the lay of the land. What's happening in Charlotte right now, as far as you know, when it concerns these protests?
At this point, it's gone from peaceful protest to violence. We've been having rocks thrown at us, bottles thrown at us. Now our officers, our sole emergency unit, is dispersing the crowd, taking control, and arresting those who refuse to leave.
And I saw on your Twitter account there were 3 arrests. Any updates to that? Any injuries that you're aware of? I understand 3 officers had some minor injuries from yesterday. Any new injuries to report?
Just getting information. Maybe one I don't have it confirmed yet. So it is about 3 arrests so far tonight. And other than that, 1 potential officer injured. Haven't heard any more thus far.
Are there any certain or particular areas that you're most concerned about or that you've received concerning reports about?
The area that concerns me the most is the area within this jurisdiction. No areas of more importance. Right now, it's mainly been uptown, and yesterday it was mostly on the west side.
And does it seem like we're at a stance?
And we're hearing some more rubber bullets that are being shot. They are shooting some more rubber bullets towards some people that are on the other side of that police line. There are some people here that are screaming obscenities towards the police at this moment that are nearby us. But right now, there's a couple sounds of some rubber bullets and everything being shot, but not many at this time.
Our Stephanie Escobar was talking about a boom that she heard from a distance from where she was at before we came to you, Courtney. Was that something that you were able to hear or see?
Yeah, they have deployed a number of flashbangs at this point to really try to push some of these protesters down the road and everything from where they were. I'd say there's at least been 2 that they have deployed in the last 20 to 30 minutes when they've really made this big push down the road with some of their CMPD crews that have the tactical gear on, as well as some of those bicyclists that you can see right in front of us here. And